What are you doing, Biggie? You're playing with the dice. Oh, you caught. Biggie, we need the dice. Where did you go with the dice? Oh no. Oh, it's okay, we got the dice. Oh, welcome.
I'm ready. My head's not in shot.
No, because I was thinking we would sit up.
Oh, I don't know how to do that. Come on, Mr. Man. Come and join us. You know you love it. He loves filming, really. Right,
So
what are
if
you doing?
you sit there, I'll get it lined up.
Biggie, what's this? What's Daddy got? He's got a die. No, he's got two. They are dice now. What's this?
Hi guys.
Hello. What are we doing today, Susie?
We are coming up with something random because we're not really fancying going in front of the green screen right now. But I have provided a Wordsworth deck, and I normally use these. Hello, Biggie. I use these for journaling prompts, but I figured we could also make a game out of them because we really enjoyed when we did the chalkboard questions and the questions out the hat, and it's got a couple of different themes in it, if you can see the different colours. Do you want to read out what they are?
Yes, so you can hold them up, I suppose.
Yes.
What we're going to do is we are going to shuffle the cards for each of those categories and deal so that we each have 3 of each category.
Yes.
Which, Susie, you can be doing now if you would like.
That is cool. I will be the glamorous assistant.
Yes, exactly. Right, this is going to be hard for you to edit. This will be fun. Right, yeah. So there are 6 categories, and each of these categories corresponds with a number on the dice. So number 1 is personal growth. Then at number 2 we have education and career,
which is a little like graduation hat.
Yeah.
Don't mind. Biggie's doing his thing off camera.
Number 3 is challenge / achievement,
and it's got like a side view of a head with like dots to represent, maybe it's about thought, or expanding your mind maybe.
Who's in the window?
Yeah.
Number 4 is wider world,
which is the green card, and it's got a picture of a world on it.
Number 5 is relationships,
which has a heart, funnily enough. Cool.
And number 6 is potluck,
which has a dice on it.
A die.
A die.
Mm.
Why won't you die?
I was just telling you how it's very pretentious to correct people every time they say dice, but it is also correct, so you know. Oh,
your personality wouldn't allow it any other way.
No, it would not. Not in a video that's going public. I don't want people to think I condone this kind of behaviour.
Yeah. Okay, so a number on the die for each colour of card. We roll the die to pull a card.
Yeah.
And we answer the question. And then...
So there is the possibility that we either won't be able to answer or we won't want to answer. In which case, you then draw 2 cards of that colour, I guess.
Okay.
And we've got a die each, which come together to make 2 dice. And we're both going to roll at the same time, and we'll see how we go.
Highest goes first?
Yeah, go on then, let's do it like that. 4, you got 4, I got 1.
Okay, so I will...
You've got a wider world.
Cool.
And I have got a personal growth.
Wider world is a green one, so...
And you have to answer first, which is good, it gives me some thinking time.
Yes. The one I'm going to do first is describe your god, in quotation marks and everything. So my god.
My god.
My god. This is tricky because I'm an atheist.
You can pass and pick up 2 cards if you like.
That's a really weak way to start the game.
I've got my answer for my one.
Okay. I would say my god, if I have one. Is it really callous to say money? Because
No,
it's like... I spend so much of my life devoting effort to the economy just so that I can function. It's like, you put time in it, you get money back, and you can live off that.
I think it's just a sad indictment of our times.
Yeah, so it is a rich woman's world. Right, I've gone. Discard pile.
Mine is, what are you the most scared of losing, and what would you truly lose if you lost it? So I have death anxiety, so for me it's my life, and what would I lose if I truly lost it?
Everything.
Everything, yeah. Existence.
Yeah.
So that was quite an easy one for me.
Yeah.
Alright, next roll. Oh, we both got 3.
Okay, so like a sudden death?
This sudden death just decides who goes first, though.
Yes, but we both
both do challenge or achievement.
Oh, it's me again.
It's you again. Good luck.
I got 4, he got 1. Alright, so my challenge achievement card. What don't you have enough time to do and why? Paint.
Anything.
I want to start painting again because I'm a really creative person. Like, we do stuff like this, which is nice, but I've had this idea in my head for quite a while now, something that I want to paint. But between working full time, you know, doing time for my deity, and socialising as much as I can and commuting and just generally taking care of myself, I don't have enough time to put this image onto canvas. And I've got the paints and I've got the canvases, but I also don't really have space to do it either. But time is the key thing. I want a holiday where I can just be one with the canvas and be a real creative.
Painting holiday. Sounds nice.
Yeah. Maybe one day I'll actually paint the damn thing and show it with everyone.
Cool. Mine is, what's something you let go that once meant the world to you? And the closest thing I can think for this is probably my my collection of read books, because I'd keep every book that I had. I even went out of my way to repurchase books that I knew I'd read in the past and stuff, and I was slowly building this huge library around me, and then basically it got to the point where it was unmanageable for it to grow anymore, so I had to start selling books, basically.
Yeah, well, imagine you are currently working on a book a day, so it would be like a tally chart of your entire life in book form.
Yeah, but
I mean, it would be impressive, but damn, that's a lot of books.
It got to the point where there's no more space. Like here, I would have ran out of space. You know, I'd have another two. Well, I've even got rid of like 2 or 3 bookcases before you like met me. So like, yeah, there just wouldn't have been space, and yeah, it was just becoming a bit. It was becoming more hassle than it was worth. Another 3.
Ah, you've got 6.
Potluck.
Okay, so I've grabbed a white one. And I'm the higher number, so I go first again. You're getting so easy.
I know, and I only need, if I roll another 3, I've won, basically.
Yeah, well, that's how this works. But this is quite fun. I want to do this again.
Okay.
When you feel bored, where does your brain wander to? Pass. I'll pick up 2.
You're embarrassed, aren't you?
No.
Alright.
No, it's just a very private question.
Okay. Mine is, if you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be and why? I would be able to sleep.
Yeah, because you have a bit of trouble with that, isn't it?
I have a lot of trouble with that, yeah.
Wow.
I've been getting easy.
Fucking 6 again.
I got a 3, so assuming I can answer this, I've won.
Oh.
But you have to go first as well.
So 6 is potluck. So it's one of the 2 that I picked up. Okay. What's the one thing you'd never do and why? That's interesting, because you want to say things like, oh yeah, I would never do this, that or another for moral reasons, but then there are also things that you wouldn't do them because you're scared, and I try to challenge myself if I'm scared of something. And I also don't want to say I would never do anything on moral grounds, because you don't know that about yourself until you're in the moment. So I don't want to accidentally be a hypocrite. And this is where my INFJ really shines. Morality
shifts as well.
Yeah. So something I would never do. Live forever. There we go. So that's the only thing I can guarantee.
So mine is, what are 3 major emotions that you're carrying right now?
Oh, are you going to have to pass?
I was thinking I might have to.
Oh, come on, make this game last longer, please.
But I did realise, because if I get this right, I win. So one of them is smugness, one of them is joy, and one of them is Oh.
Is he failing at 3?
One of them is anticipation, to see how you're gonna do next.
I guess you win.
We could probably stretch this out some more somehow.
Yeah, because I'm enjoying this, because we easily fall into a bit of a trap when it's just you and me in a bubble and it's just the lockdown, and you don't really want to talk about the future because the future is so far away because it's on the other side of the lockdown. But this is nice. I'm enjoying learning about you.
My emotions were a lie. Right,
what?
next.
Okay, in which case...
My emotions of joy. than having won.
If you lied, then yes, draw 20.
Well, no, they were true at the time. This is the thing about emotions. Emotions change.
Yeah, that's true.
Now I feel sadness.
Oh,
I might not win, but I won.
Yes, you won.
Okay, relationship. So we have to have another roll off.
I'm going first. Okay. Right. So, when are you happiest in a relationship? This is really awkward when your boyfriend sat right there. It's a very vague one, but it's when all your needs are being met. Like, you feel free to be yourself, you're like not controlled in any way. But also you feel like you could go to that person at the same time about anything. And then there's like all of the physical stuff, like the cuddles and all the things you don't really talk about on YouTube. But yeah, I'd say when you know that that person's got your back, you know? I think that'll be it.
I'm going to pass mine. Yeah, mine is, if someone has hurt you in the past, write a forgiving letter to them. It's not that I don't forgive, it's just that I can't be asked to sit here and write a letter on camera, so I feel like I've been screwed over a little bit by that prompt.
Oh.
Oh, you got 6.
Right, what's that? A potluck again?
Oh no, it's another relationships one.
And I go first because I got the higher number.
Yeah.
So, my potluck one is, if you had to evacuate your home because of a natural disaster, what 3 things would you take with you and why? I'll have time to take 3 things. Okay, so firstly, I don't live here. You've never seen my place. So I live in a room, so all of my belongings, not that many in number. Phone. A lot of my things are easily replaceable. Struggling to come up with 3.
You could always draw 2.
Yeah, because I do not care enough about physical belongings, I will draw 3.
Oh, you only have to draw 2?
2.
Yeah. Mine is, when are you most unhappy in relationships? And this is just when I'm most unhappy in general, which is just when my depression kicks in. I seem to get a lot of personal questions about my mental health in this one, but like, yeah, it's just when I'm most unhappy in general. Would be when I'm having a depressive episode.
So it's never really the relationship's fault?
I mean, it might be the cause of the depression, maybe.
And time to roll again?
Yeah. You got 5. I got a 5. So you have to re-roll, and it's another relationships one. God damn it. I got 1.
I got 2, so I go first. Right.
I've never had to go first.
I know, he's really quite lucky, isn't he?
Yeah.
So it says write about your first love, so I'll just say about my first love.
Oh, but no, that's not fair.
Well, why? Otherwise, how is it going to be on camera?
Well, I had to lose one because mine was write a letter. I didn't write a letter.
You could have just said on camera, but fine, I will draw 2.
No, I think you have to draw 2. If you're not willing to write about it, then...
Okay.
Alright, mine is, what conversation do you need to have today? Which, I mean, the most pressing immediate conversation I need to have in general is with an estate agent about a house.
Yes.
So I guess that.
Yeah, because we did a house viewing earlier today.
But I guess it's not necessarily today.
Which is quite exciting though. Okay.
I think that counts.
Yes, it does count.
Oh, I don't know whether that's a hiccup or a burp. I think it's a herp. I've got a herpy derp coming.
Alright, I got 3.
I got a 4, so I finally go first.
Cool.
Wider world. The most unfair thing about socialism is... Well, socialism is inherently more fair than most of the most inherently... What? Okay, let me try and think about this. The most inherently unfair thing about socialism is that billionaires would have to put up with being mere millionaires. That sucks. That's so unfair.
Well, my one is the challenge or achievement one.
Yeah.
What are 5 to 10 accomplishments that you're really proud of? 5 to 10?
At least 5. And if you name 11, then you lose.
Oh, okay. I'll try to be modest. Okay, so first one. I recently got a promotion at work, so I'm on the best money I've ever been on, which I'm really happy about. And 2, I'm successfully living on my own. Because there was a time where I thought I would need to live with a partner for financial reasons, and I grew up with Disney, so I thought that, you know, the Disney princess needed a prince. But no, I've successfully been going it alone and learning to be quite okay with it, and I'm proud of that as well. I can say that I went on tour around Europe with a theatre company. Not many people can say that. In a book, someone would say I ran off with a circus. Well, I ran off with a theatre troupe. It's right out of the story, so I'm proud of that one. That was 3, wasn't it?
That was 3.
4. This is a weird one to be proud of, but I'm proud that I don't drive a car.
I think that's a good one.
Yeah, because whenever I'm behind a wheel of a car, I also feel like my life is dramatically decreasing, but also I don't like how many cars there are out there. I think it's one of the worst things for the environment, other than the fact that most of us are still eating meat and stuff. So I feel like I'm doing a solid for the planet by choosing to be one of these people that don't drive. Yeah. And it's also my validation for the fact that I'm afraid of driving. And 5, I am pro-choice, and I've proven that with my actions. So no one can say, oh, you'll change your mind when you're older, because I am older, and I proved that I'm sincere in my convictions. Because I am older. Fuck you. Exactly. So that's what I'm proud of there. So 5. Are you happy with 5?
I'm happy. I think they were some good ones. I like the car one. I think that's good. Yeah. Right. Roly, penny. 2.
Oh, 5. Oh, I got a relationships one, and I go first. What will you be doing when it's your turn?
I've got education and career.
Okay, cool. So my question is, what relationships are adding to your life? My relationship with my boss, because that's why I'm getting paid. My relationship with you, because you're my bubble. My relationship with my mum and my dad, though mostly with my mum, because my dad's a bit hard of hearing, so he can't really listen on phone calls. But my mum doubles as a therapist for me, and also she's like when I want to be chatty about things, I talk to her. Relationship with Biggie, because he's absolutely adorable. And my relationships with my work colleagues, because they provide banter and the sense of not feeling contained. Life is at its most normal when I'm in the office with my colleagues. Context, we are still in the 2nd lockdown. It's going to end soon, but bubbles are still a thing. The world is still shut. So the office is the one place where I can forget about the world for a little bit, because it feels like business is normal, even though we're all in masks and sanitising all the time and there are perspex screens everywhere. It feels normal thanks to those people. So yeah, that's my answer to that.
Cool. I have got what's the best career compliment you've ever received? Describe the situation. So it's hard to think of a specific one, and the one that's come to mind is this is kind of a long story, but I was working at a marketing agency, and one of our clients was Canon, and they were launching the Canon Lagria Mini, which they were saying is the perfect vlogging camera. By the way, it's not, because it's a fisheye lens, so everything is fisheye, literally everything. We went to YouTube headquarters to do we had some competition winners who'd like submitted their footage, blah blah blah, and I had to give a talk there to the competition winners. And the first person to talk was our creative director at our company, who had prepared what he was going to say on his way there, and he just sort of rambled a bit about all the, you know, the usual marketing wanky stuff. Then I gave a talk, and then the third person was Vsauce, like, hi, Michael from Vsauce here. He's a well-known YouTuber, like 16 million subscribers or something. So the people who'd won the competition like knew who he was and stuff. I knew who he was, and I didn't know he was going to be there as well. So he just sort of walked in and started talking. I was like, "That's Vsauce. What's he doing here?" Which he does a lot on the internet anyway. He's always just in random videos. But yeah. Anyway, afterwards we were chatting to the competition winners, and a couple of them were chatting to me, and they said my presentation was the best. And I was like, better than the creative directors, better than the professional YouTubers. Have some of that.
Would you say that one of your primary emotions was smugness?
Yes, probably, yes. Because also, as well, this is because I was thinking about some of the other ones, and it's like a few people have said, like, of books that I've self-published or whatever, they've been like, oh, like, this is like a professional quality release, but I'm like, I know, so you know what I mean. It's like
it's almost like you're a writer.
Exactly. I put a lot of work into that, you know, to make sure that it was. So, yeah.
Oh, cool.
So I guess that's the thing. Is like feedback like that, while it is very much appreciated, I don't know. It's like somebody going up to Jimi Hendrix and being like, "You're pretty good on that guitar thing." He'd be like,
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do, mate. Whereas what I don't do is talk to YouTubers about how to... I talk to them about how to run a successful YouTube channel. Yeah, that's interesting when you're doing that and you've got a guy with 15 million subscribers there and you're just like, make sure you work on your thumbnails because your thumbnails are quite important. Anyway.
Brilliant answer, I enjoyed that.
Oh, we both got 5.
Oh, 5s.
Another relationships. Oh, and I rolled a 5 for the tie break. And
oh,
so did
God,
you.
another 5! Ah. Okay, you go first.
I'm still just
4-2.
confused to the odds of the 4 5s in a row. How could you add more value to your relationships? I could be nicer.
No, you're very nice, babe.
Okay.
Is that seriously your answer?
Yeah, I mean in general. I think more tolerant. It's not that I'm intolerant. It's not that I'm intolerant towards like religions or creeds or anything. I'm just intolerant towards people in general. Especially stupid people. I have no time for stupid people. That's why you're still here.
Good, thank you. I was starting to feel a bit insecure. It's quite a high standard.
Yeah. I do have a stupid cat, to be fair.
Which you absolutely adore.
Yeah, but he gets away with it because he's cute. I mean, there's the Terry Pratchett quote where he went, you know how stupid the average person is? Statistically, half of them are even stupider than that. How alarming is that? That's really alarming.
And then you start to wonder, which category do you fit in?
Well, I'm obviously bringing the average way up.
Because of your excessively big head.
Yes, my massive... I can't wear hats.
What relationships are draining you? No, I think I'm gonna have to pass on that one because it's a public video.
I've not had a 6 yet.
Well, here's hoping.
I'd like a potluck.
Oh, I got 1!
That doesn't count because I didn't actually see what I was getting. I got 6. I'm happy with that.
Okay.
All right. Okay. If you could, oh God, if you could, what's the one thing you would change about your past? I would probably never start smoking.
Probably be a fair bit richer by now.
Well, yeah, because if I didn't start smoking, I wouldn't be buying vapes. Because at the moment, my quit smoking app is like, you have saved £300, except it isn't. It's like, you have saved minus £260 because it's more expensive to vape than to smoke roll-ups.
So maybe inhaling anything might be the criteria for not smoking. But yeah, good answer. My one, I landed on the personal growth. What do you appreciate most about your life right now and why? You're a very close second. My financial security. Because times are rough all over, but I know that I'm okay. And that is a massive space of security that I know other people aren't having right now, so I acknowledge my privilege on that one.
What do? We haven't got to this point yet. Well, maybe we'll call it quitsies then, when one of us rolls a number that we don't have.
And you?
Yeah. Well, if I roll a 3, I've won.
Okay.
But it's been like that since I won, so.
Since you won. I got a 6.
I also got 6.
Cool.
Reroll a 3.
3.
2.
4. Okay,
right.
So potluck, and I go first. Which character from a book or movie would you most like to meet and why?
Oh, Lord Macon.
No, he'd be quite boring. Yeah. I'd quite like to meet Haymitch from The Hunger Games.
Yeah, he'd be alright.
Your turn?
What's one family tradition you'd like to carry on in the future? I was saying the only family tradition that I'm aware of is divorce, so I'm going for divorce. You
want?
Well, it's the only family tradition there is, so So I guess, I mean, if we're keeping it going.
That's a really expensive tradition. Like, as a divorcee, I can tell you that's an expensive piece of paper just to have it be even more expensive on the way out. Yeah. Okay, it's like eating a vindaloo. It's a big deal when it's going in, but
I got another one then. Okay. On the by-grave side, having white hair instead of going grey, they go white.
Yeah, I think that might be the case.
Stop saying I'm going white. I'm not going white.
You're not going white. You are white. 3.
I got 2.
Oh, hang on.
What have you done? How have you got so many cards?
Because there were some very personal questions. This is my last yellow card.
Okay, so if you roll another one, you've second one.
And then it's even. Alright, and then my question is, describe your worst fear. I guess it would be with my spiders phobia, because I'm a big deal arachnophobe. We were talking about that earlier, and I think being in a space full of spiders, like back shed garage, having to go through there and the spiders landing on you, very similar to They Like the Darkness. I think that is my worst fear. So reading your story was fun.
I've got, if you could choose jobs for your child, which would you choose? Personally, I think it's kind of immoral to try and force your child to take up a particular career path. But I suppose if somebody held a gun to my head and was like, choose a career, otherwise I'm going to shoot you in the head, I would choose, I don't know, probably something working for a non-profit involving animals, probably on the, working with people side. I wouldn't particularly recommend becoming an artist, a writer or a musician, so
doesn't pay particularly
no
well.
And well, it's just a life of misery, isn't it? So I just I'd rather spare them that,
5.
4.
I've got a relationship one, and I go first. Yeah, because I have been picking up too, because I've been uncomfortable. Alright, so
7.
Describe your ideal partner in a relationship.
Lord my God.
See previous videos to get that reference. Okay, so my ideal partner. Right, let's visualize this. They are emotionally available, committed to me, great in bed, not bound to gender roles, because I think some of my worst relationships have been with guys where they've been utter victims of toxic masculinity, and they've been horrible people because of that, and because I felt like I had to conform to the role of a woman, I ended up enabling it, which made it even worse. So yeah, someone who's not afraid to live outside the box, maybe even like a bisexual, non-binary type person, which is why it was so fun when you cross-dressed. Agnostic or atheist, I feel, because I personally, I think that would get in the way as my atheism. Ideally they don't want kids, because that'll get in the way as well. And probably someone that leans to the left politically. I reckon that sums them up pretty well. Yeah.
I have got, your job is to reduce the pain in the world. Where do you start? I would close all the factory farms.
Yes. And you kind of present that argument in your book.
Yes, a little bit, yeah.
What book is that, Dane?
It's called Meat, actually. I'm glad you mentioned it. There's copies of it knocking around.
Oh,
so
God.
I'll be able to go and get one.
No. See other videos for the clip.
2.
I got 1.
2, education.
I've got personal growth.
Okay. Oh my God. Oh no.
What? What is it?
We'll see. Oh, is it my go?
Yes,
oh, it is
got
my
the high number.
Describe a typical day from your high school experience.
Do you even remember?
No, I don't remember too much of my high school experience. I should at least give this a go, because the current book that I'm writing is set in the summer after GCSEs. and so there's going to be a lot of people like, oh, do you remember that time, like, and so I got lots of stories about my high school, like the time that it wasn't my class, but the class, or one of the other classes, they locked the maths teacher in the supply cupboard, and they had the entire lesson, they were just sitting there, just like sitting in the classroom, just chatting while the maths teacher was locked in the cupboard.
Oh my god!
There was also lots of fights, so I particularly remember there was one where one kid hit another kid in the face with this like metal pole that had been lying on the floor, and then this kid's eye came out of his eye socket, and you could see it was like dangling out of his eye.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that was on the field out the back. Former pupil burned down part of my school as well. Yeah, I went to a delightful school.
Suddenly your writing style is starting to make sense.
Yeah.
Forget traumatic, it's just another Tuesday to you.
Exactly, that's it. And that's why I said, like, I don't know whether I repress it. I just don't, I don't know. But describe a typical day. I mean, if we're talking year 11, it would start off, I'll be at my mum's because I wasn't staying at my dad's. In fact, he might even have kicked me out by that point. And I used to go under the bridge at the end of my street for a little sneaky cigarette in the morning, and then walk into town. It's about a mile and a half into town, and then I'd meet my friends, and that's about another mile into school. We'd go to school, it's my GCSEs, so we'd have like roll call or whatever. I don't know, I don't really remember that even being a thing, but I think we did have form groups.
Yes, I had form groups too.
And then, so I guess if it's a typical day of my GCSE, we have first period German, second period French, 15-minute break playing football. Because this is year 11, in about year 9, year 10 they wouldn't let me play, so I used to be the goalpost, so I would sit on all the bags and go and fetch the ball when the ball went past, basically. And then eventually somebody got injured, and so they let me play, and then they realised I was quite good because I'd been practicing for fucking probably 2-3 years to get good at football, so they'd let me play football so that I could have some friends, because that's what it was like.
Yeah.
So football for a little bit, then back inside. So we've had German and French, so now it's probably English. Then it's lunchtime, more football. In the afternoon, probably got science. I've been moved down to third set because I messed around too much, which then impacted my GCSEs because they wouldn't let me take anything higher than the foundation paper. So I could only get a C, so I scored like 98%, I think. So I could have probably got an A in science if they'd let me take the paper and hadn't moved me down for being naughty.
And you were being naughty because you were bored?
Yeah, because it was too easy. And then probably maths, which also, depending upon which maths teacher I had, I was either like a child prodigy or I knew nothing about maths. So in fact, in maths I was probably memorising pi, 3.1415926535897932238462643383279502881. So I was probably doing that. Then after that, home from school, really. Might have to run from some of the chavs, it depends. In year 11, by that point, they had stopped beating me up, which was good. But that was only the chavs in my year, and I used to wear a hoodie that said, "Do your bit to clean up the streets, kill a chav."
So you're not asking for it at all?
Yeah, so sometimes on my way home, I'd be chased a little bit, but yeah.
And once you were home,
I was home.
Nickelodeon books?
Oh no, no Nickelodeon. We didn't have any. We had channel, at that point I guess we had channel 5 by then, so we had 5 channels. But yeah, I'd normally just be up in my bedroom listening to music that I'd downloaded from like BitTorrent or Napster or something, LimeWire, WinMX, and yeah, I'd just be listening to music and then singing along with it to try and improve my vocals. And writing as well, obviously.
Thank you, that was really interesting.
There we go. Right.
Sounds delightful as well.
Childhood and Tamworth.
1.
Personal growth.
That's my last card, because that was the one I just read.
Yeah, is it? So this is your last card? Cause,
yeah.
Because I just got a 2 and that's an education and I'm out, so I've just won again.
Okay.
But let's hear your answer.
Okay, so my consolation prize is answering this question. What does your perfect day look like? It's a day off.
And that's it.
I probably wake up around 8 o'clock. Wake up next to you. And this is going to be a post-lockdown world. We'll go out for breakfast. And we'll probably go somewhere pretty, like maybe along the river at Marlow or something. And maybe in the evening we've got like a live music event to go to, or a theatre show we'll go and see. and it would just be nice. We'll meet up with some friends at the same time and do all of the things that 2020 and 2021 so far are making us long for. And that is something we have to look forward to. Not much longer left.
Not much to look forward to as well, but yeah. I'm going to answer a bonus question from mine.
Okay.
If you weren't concerned with what other people thought, what would you be doing? What would you like to be doing with your life? I would be doing the exact same fucking thing, because I don't care what people think.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
End of video. Day one.
Thanks for watching, and we'll do any final remarks.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I keep on forgetting to say it.
I've got a little thing we can use for that as well.
Oh, really?
A little subscribe thing. It's going to be like...
So maybe there's something down here. Well, thank you for doing this, because this was my idea, and hopefully you have had some fun as well. Till next time, folks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.